his game when the big occasions come up. So he has to be one of the top favorites. I truly believe we had a podcast ourselves yesterday, which I do with Patrick Kühnen, called Mad Dog and Wingman. And we spoke about that obviously as well, the outlook. And I picked Carlos Alcaraz as the winner this year, just because he won just his first title on grass. I think he is extremely, in a way, extremely able to adapt to situations and to challenges, not just because he has the game, just because he's loving it. You know, he loves it to challenge himself. And I think he has learned a lot of players. When you look back at the French Open semifinals against Novak, his breakdown, his physical and mental breakdown, with a lot of players, you would say like, well, they would struggle with that for the next weeks and months to come. I think with Alcaraz, he has learned a huge lesson from that match, and it will never happen again to him. I think it made him even stronger and a better player. And that's why I really feel like he believes he can Wimbledon. And he wants to prove to the world that that was a one-off and it's not going to happen again. And I think if you would look at it and he would be honest, maybe he would say like, I want to play the final against Novak and I want to prove to the people that's not going to happen again and I'm able to win this. So my pick really is Carlos Alcaraz.
I know.
Ready? Play.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. We're here to do this live commentary, the match between Karen Khachanov and Francisco Cerundolo. And we're here, Mario and Eddie. Hi, Eddie. How are you?
Hi there. I'm good, thanks. How you doing?
Quite fine. I'm, happy because I spent a lot of time this weekend working, and so I'm finally able to enjoy more of the tennis, and so I'm really happy to be here to comment on some matches. And as we are watching right now, Anna Kalinskaya has withdrawn from her round 4 against Maria Sakkari, and so Maria Sakkari is in the quarterfinal at the Miami Open. So after the final, she reached it at Indian Wells, backing up the result with a quarterfinal here, even though she didn't play this match, but she's still, getting good results lately.
Yeah, I didn't actually hear that Kalinskaya had withdrawn. What was the reason for that? Was it?
I actually hearing this right now. I will have to check and okay. Right side injury. Okay. Because first thing I saw is there was the schedule was revised, I think, because this match I was sure should have been on another court. And then I just saw that this was going to be on the Grand Slam. It's a pity, of course. Kalinskaya really one of the main forces of the tour this year, because she's really playing some amazing tennis.
Yeah, she did great in Australian Open, and she's just kept on going throughout this year. Just especially after such a good win in the last round as well. So just obviously a shame for her. I mean, I'm not sure. This was her previous performances in so she's not been in many sorry, I was going to say, it's like she was in the final earlier this year, right? Of Yeah, Dubai, right? But then,
Yeah.
yeah,
Kalinskaya was in the final in Dubai and served for the title against Paolini. Then she lost the the other three games, the last 3 games, and lost the title. But still, I actually don't know. Would have been a very, very interesting match, that's for sure, because with Sakari playing, playing well in this past couple of weeks, and Kalinskaya's level could have really been a great match. But yeah, Sakari is through the quarterfinal, and she will face either Keys or Rybakina. So in either way, it will be another very interesting clash.
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, it's a shame for that one not to go ahead. I think so Sakari plays. Yeah, I'm not sure. So who do you think is going to get through that one? I guess Keys against Rybakina.
Oh, it's difficult because we know that Rybakina has had a bit of issues. She's been very good in overcoming the problems that her match against her previous match against 1000 made her to face. So yeah, but I have this feeling that Keys in these conditions can try to pull the upset in this one. I'm liking her chances. Whatever. It's a very, very interesting section, because all the 3 players remaining who can potentially make the semifinals have solid cases in their favor, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think in that lower section of the draw it's quite open there. Bolter against Azarenka, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen there, because I mean, Bolter is obviously, she's keeping up her form since her title, the 500 title earlier, and Azarenka, she's been playing well. So I definitely, and then so, and then Kalinina and Putintseva. So yeah, I don't really. I feel like anyone could actually get through to the semis here, but although let's maybe still make Rybakina a favourite to go through. But yeah, so it's pretty interesting. Bottom half there.
Yeah, here we are watching the players warming up. They are in. Khachanov is hitting the volleys right now. So we are in an advanced state of the warm up. We are about to begin in a couple of minutes. Yeah, in the chat they are talking about Murray. So I'm curious to know what are your thoughts about Murray's performance and and the match. Really a match that had it all.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was happening at I'm out in Seoul in Korea, so it was happening at 4 a.m. or something. So I didn't see the whole match. I did see the highlights. I am from Scotland, so I'm well aware of Andy Murray and what he's been through and everything. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like a typical Andy Murray match. I mean, it had everything. He had the comeback. I mean, it went on for 3 hours, 20 minutes. And yeah, he got very close. So was it 5-5 all in the final, in the tie break, and then what was it? Makak, he hit some really nice backhands down the line. I saw that there, and this is just it's a shame for him to see Andy because he's obviously still putting in so much effort. And he's still fighting so hard, but he's just not quite getting the results there. I mean, the reality is you've got guys like Machak there's a lot of them now in the top 50 around that area that are really good. And it's just, but and he's been doing really well. So it's not, a breakthrough like him, like this for him is not that surprising. It was probably going to come at some point. And, Murray is just, he says that he's going to end this time sometime this year, but I'm not entirely sure when he's going to do that. He's not been very specific about that, but so I'm curious about what his plans are there. But
yeah, sorry, I'm smiling because a lot of people make some confusion between Nardi and Arnaldi, and that next up for Martin would have been Arnaldi this time. So yeah, which is of course a winnable. But hi, we
Hello,
have
hello
Sriyan
guys. How
here.
are you doing? Hi,
Hi,
Eddie.
guy.
Nice to meet you.
yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yeah, and just when what I
little
was
late.
saying, of course, would have been, not impossible, but still, Arnaldi is kind of an established player in the last, 52 weeks or so. Now he's number 35 on the live ranking, so it's definitely, fighting even for a seed, for example, in the Clay Masters Madrid, Rome, if he's able to get some few more points. yeah, don't worry. Everybody does that of mixing Nardi and Arnaldi.
I mean, there's too many Italian players these days. Well, that's the problem. So there's a 10 in the top 100. How many?
Yeah, I
Oh,
want
yeah,
to
all
ask
of them, but no Berrettini. That's so sad. You know.
I want to ask Riyad about this match because Cerundolo hasn't had the best possible start of the season, but he plays usually well in Sunshine Double. He did quite well in Indian Wells, win a good match, and battle hard against Shelton, lost only in the deciding set tiebreak. Here in Miami, he finds himself usually even better because semi-finalist in 2022, quarter-finalist last year. Getting also some good wins in these couple campaigns, but who stopped him last year here was
It was
Khachanov.
Khachanov himself.
Yeah, it was Kachanov.
Quarterfinal, I think.
Yes. And
So
Khachanov went on to lose to Medvedev in the semis.
yes, exactly. So yeah, I have a feeling that I think Kachanov is starting this match as the favorite, but I have the feeling that if the right version of Serundolo is showing up, things can get really tight.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just going on now. There's big.
Also, yeah, like you mentioned. Wait, is this it's the third round, right?
Yeah, this time it's a third round.
Right. So,
Yeah.
again, he's, both players facing a bit of a risk of losing points. It's a bit unfortunate, but I mean, for Khachanov, he did win a title in Doha just a few weeks ago. Hasn't played good tennis particularly since. He had a pretty bizarre loss in Dubai to Lahechka. I think it was set up,
Yeah.
had match points in the second. It was a breakup in the third. Who did he lose to Indian Wells? Zybochwild? Yeah, he lost to Zybochwild in Indian Wells again. He's playing some pretty good tennis, I think, also. So he beat Fritz also here in Miami. So, okay, fine. That's not maybe a bad loss as much as, would what we see on paper would suggest maybe. But yeah, he's hanging in there, the top 15, top 16. It seems like he's found a sweet spot. Of course, I think he dropped out of the top 25, even top 30, I would say, in 2022. And he had those runs at slams, back-to-back semifinals and quarterfinal at RG. So yeah, that has brought him back up the ranks. So he is there. I mean, he's been flying on the radar at slams. I mean, I think since I want to say even RG 2022 when he made the fourth round. Since then, he's aside from Wimbledon 2022, he couldn't play. He didn't play. He didn't play 23 either because of injury. And US Open, we know he just come back from injury. He lost early. He's made the second week at least. So yeah, he is someone who's in a way going unnoticed, but at the same time, much like say someone like Rublev, when we have him facing up against some of the quality opposition, we don't tend to expect much, to be very honest. So yeah, it will be interesting to see. I mean, to watch this match and how it unfolds, I would say.
Yeah, I agree. it's this kind of match where in my opinion, it's pretty clear also the dynamic of this matchup. We're going to watch some long rallies, because that's more or less the way both plays, because they both strike the ball hard, but like to play from the baseline to getting into these rallies. And and yeah, so I don't feel we are expecting a lot of variety in this matchup, but can be interesting if both players are showing up at a good level. Here we saw a great winner from Kachanov, and we have already a hard game.
Yeah, that was a nice shot, that one. Yeah, I mean, I still favor like Khachanov to get through this match, but as I say, I do think it's one of those ones where I wouldn't be that surprised if Cerundolo gets through, because he's done well. He at this, obviously got to the quarters last year, so, and then a pretty good victory over Offner in the last match. Yeah, and so another factor as well is like obviously he's got big support there.
Yeah.
The crowd were really behind him in that match, so yeah, I mean, I think it's more important for him to get off to a good start and try and get the net here.
Yeah, looks like we lost Mario for a bit, but just to add to what you were saying, yeah, there are some matches like this one where there's no variety for us to really decisively tell who's gonna win, right? It could go either way. Yeah, there he's back. Yeah, Mario, as
Yeah, okay.
to add to what you were saying, right? To add to what you were saying, you mentioned that there isn't much variety in this match. I agree, because there's nothing decisive for us, to see with either player, just to say, okay, well, this one, aside from form, maybe, but yeah, okay. Even if you look at it that way, Khachanov has been there. He won Doha, fine. Cerundolo made which I don't know which round he lost, the third round, right, to Shelton, which not a bad loss, but yeah, again, it only depends on the form and how they're playing on the day for us to decisively tell who's gonna win or who's the favorite. But in a matchup like this, both are baseliners. They strike the ball pretty big. Not much again. They don't have too much variety in their game, if you could put it that way. So yeah, it really depends on how it unfolds on the day for us to make anything out of it.
Serundolo likes a little bit of a drop shot, though, doesn't he? Sometimes.
Oh yeah, Cerundolo, yeah, he has that in his arsenal. I would agree. Khachanov, he's quite net phobic in a way. You never see him at the net.
Yeah, I would say, in my opinion, that it depends a lot on which cross court this match is played, because from the forehand side, maybe Cerundolo is the one who has the shot who stands out a little bit more between the two. While Kachanov's backhand tends to be, more effective. Usually, can produce some few more winners, and I would say that it will be a lot depending on whether forces the other to play from the side they found themselves a little bit more, let's say, uncomfortable, even if both have, I would say, two solid swings more or less.
Right. Yeah, there's a comment from Ghosty about yesterday's match. I mean, I just saw the ending.
The handshake.
Yeah, it was so strange. Like the camera was, panning on Jari walking to the net, and then you just see Cyborg's hand sticking out, and then they shake hands, and then Jari is just like going at it with the umpire for minutes before he starts to celebrate loudly. I was not surprised by the cold handshake, but I just couldn't tell what exactly the issue was.
Yeah, same. So I cannot really comment on that.
Yeah, I can't comment. I know that Jari's opponent is, from what we know, is a pretty nasty person, but I don't know what exactly happened during the match. I mean, in it seems like he was complaining about the Nacho, the umpire who wasn't doing anything about Zybochwil sort of using the crowd to his favor in a way to distract Jari. I think that's what he means. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I couldn't really tell because we do have a problem in tennis where the crowd just tends to get noisy between serves as well. Like, that's what Jari said. Like, I couldn't, it was hard for me to even, serve properly. When the moment he missed the first serve, the crowd would just erupt.
Yeah, that's right. Even if I don't know, maybe there was also something else because I can understand his point, but your opponent, as he's not really able to do anything in the situation. And watching it, I kind of thought that was Sabot-Wield a bit pissed about something. But I only watched that and a couple of highlights because then I saw the environment and I wanted to watch a few points. But yeah, didn't catch the match honestly, and probably I missed a lot.
Yeah, me too. In any case, right. So it looks like it's 30 all for Khachanov, and they're trading cross court forehands, and of course Serundolo blinks, and it looks windy there. I mean, visibly windy. The shirts are. I mean, you could
Can see
sense
that.
from their shirts and their hair just flying. And yeah, not very comfortable either player so far. Cerundolo sort of just shrugging after missing that forehand, which he otherwise would have made, I think. Yeah, with half a chance early on, but I mean, from the weather forecast, the weather forecast says that there could be some rain in the morning. I don't know if that's
Oh,
actually going to happen.
I was worried about this. We don't need any more.
We don't need exactly. We lost an entire day, more or less.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's a
The
drop
rain.
shot. Drop shot there. Winner from Cerundolo brings up.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice drop shot, well disguised, and Khachanov couldn't get there. Well, the scorecard is glitched, so it was 40-30, and Serundolo wins the
yeah,
point.
but
Wait,
it's a mistake because Serundolo is ready to return. So yeah,
exactly.
indeed.
Yeah. Okay, it's fixed now. I mean, the score on the stream as well. It shows 1-all. Right?
Yeah, it should be
Okay, it's back.
juice, right? I was so confused there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I checked the score both here on the stream and also um, on Google, and it said 1-all. It's pretty strange.
Juice. Okay.
Yeah, the wind is, both players have a little bit to settle down. We are watching already some long rally, but both seems like they have to settle down a little bit with the conditions.
Hmm. Yeah, it's true.
Do you think Kachanov can be back into the top 10 this year, or do you see it as still as pretty far target?
I think one, it's so dense in the top 15-ish. Second, it's also so unpredictable because who thought or who imagined Sinner would go on such a tear after he lost to Zverev at the US Open? One. And now that he is uh, riding this crest, so to speak, and he's winning titles left and right, he's barely losing matches. We start to wonder, oh, is he ever gonna start to slow down? But it was not very long ago we were wondering, has he hit his ceiling? Same way with Alcaraz. He had a cold patch, and we thought, is he going to win a big title soon? He defends Indian Wells, and he looks like himself again. The same Alcaraz we saw for the last couple of years, in all of his glory. Same way. I mean, yeah, you have some players like Dimitrov, Ugo Umber, Ben Shelton are having some success. I mean, a couple of them have won 500s in the recent past. Dimitrov, of course, made the final in Bercy. He won Brisbane, was it, early this year? And yeah,
Yeah.
he's, I think he's ranked 12 or 13 or something. And again, close to knocking on the door of the top 10. You have Tsitsipas who's number 11, but he's not played any kind of tennis resembling somebody who's ranked number 11. So again,
Yeah,
it's
do you
so
think
hard,
the Sunshine
so hard to
Double
say.
is
And yeah, the players themselves sometimes have to step it up. Because obviously Tommy Paul as well. Um, Also, we were wondering, is he going to keep up that form? He had a lot of points to defend. Well, he did pretty well, even though he lost early in Australia, and by early I mean third round. He bounced back, won a title, made the semis in Indian Wells. Unfortunate that he got injured at probably the worst possible manner at the worst time. But it looks like he's on the path to recovery. Hopefully, we'll have him back on the tour soon. So yeah, we do have some players who are more consistent than Khachanov at the moment. Uh, yeah, Khachanov again, he's not. He's been consistent enough at the slams, but not shown that at the ATP events, so to speak. Same with Rublev. I would say he has kind of a similar problem. Even though Rublev,
wow,
he does
that's
win
a
a
good shot.
500, or yeah, he does at least win a 500 every year. So
Oh,
it's another. That's another issue. So yeah, it's really hard for me to say with Khachanov.
yeah. It feels like I do really feel like, yeah, that spot that he's in at the moment feels like where he could be for a while. Because I wouldn't say that he couldn't get up to maybe the edge of the top 10, but it's just like, yeah, there's so many his players coming up. Like you're talking about Ben Shelton and other guys are coming up as well. So, and then it just feels like, yeah, he's going to have to beat some better players, some top 10 players, to get up there probably. And at the moment, it feels like he beats the guys that mostly that you expect him to beat, but then he's not really able to bring that level, top 10 level enough. I mean, but of course, things can change quickly. So once, any of these guys can still hit a run of form, and then before you know it, then they're getting close to their peak ranking again. But yeah, I just at the moment I'm not seeing it with Kachanov. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and it's also a question of skill, maybe I would say, because with Sinner, we knew he had the potential, but he wasn't making the push for various reasons. Sort of a mental block, his own health issues. So, but when he did make his breakthrough, we were like, okay, um, we're surprised it happened within such a short span of time, but we're not overall surprised because when he broke out on the tour, we expected him to be at this position at some point or the other. With guys like Khachanov, even I would throw in Tsitsipas, we just know that until something radically changes about their game, until they don't play in a way that most players step on the court and they know that they can be figured out and they can beat them if they play at a decent enough or high enough level, like Lehechka and Shapovalov back to back did to Tsitsipas, for example. Yeah, you just don't see it. And with Khachanov, again, for his height, I don't think his serve is nearly as impressive. And like his game sort of lacks variety. He needs to, I mean, if he is to upset some player, he has to just redline, really. But then there are a lot of players who have like so many other options to beat him. That's kind of the problem at the moment. So yeah, that's where I stand. And there are some players you would think, okay, yeah, just few things need to go their way for them to start. Um,
Well,
winning
so
or
we
just yeah.
we we should mention that, of course, there's been the break here in the
Break,
third
yeah.
game.
Break for
No,
Kachanov.
Oh,
yeah, Kachanov broke Cerundolo serve. We had 3 games that all went to deuce, and yeah, um, Ceru- Cerundolo hit, a great first serve to save the first break point, and then got to deuce. But then on the second one, hit a double fault, and so Kachanov has this, let's say, early break. Let's see if he's able to.
Yeah, I didn't even
um,
notice it because I saw the stream and then they cut to Zverev training and I was like, what's going on? And then I was like, okay, there's been a service break. Well, I was looking at the stream and like just lost focus. And my
Yeah,
own
yeah,
thing.
yeah. No,
So I
no,
stopped
no. But
the
don't
stream.
worry, of course.
Anyway,
And
yeah,
I
Khachanov
tend
was
to
that.
agree, of course. Yeah, I mean, also, the comparison with Sinner is also a little bit different because, two different stages of their career also. But yeah, I agree. Of course, the ability to win the big matches is incredibly important because it helps you to, of course, to open up a bit the draws if you are a seed between 10, 12, 14, and you have, of course, to face the top players earlier if they maybe get gets out earlier in the tournament and your draws looks easier, but it happens once or twice. It's not really a very common thing. So yeah, maybe this has been a thing he has been probably lacking a little bit on in this past a few years. Even if last year, after getting to the quarterfinal at the French Open, getting injured for sure didn't help him because he was back in the top 10 right after the French Open. But then, of course, the injury didn't let him to build on that momentum he got.
Yeah, he's looking a bit windy. Cerundolo missed a backhand he wouldn't have otherwise missed and just hit the top of the tape and rolled back. And now Khachanov's double faulted. And for some reason, they are cutting to the cable car, maybe to emphasize the wind and its effect because it's visibly moving. But yeah, Khachanov is 2 game points now to consolidate the break. Wait, back to back double faults? What was he
No,
talking
I
about?
thought it was the one on the break point I saw.
All right.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. No, I got a little
I don't
confused
think it
because
was. I think it's only one.
right,
Of course, an
exactly.
important one, but
Hmm.
um, yeah. Yeah, for a
Try
moment
something.
when they showed us the cable car, I kind of thought, oh my god, is it raining? Then no.
Yeah, me too. I thought, is it starting to rain? No, this is the last thing we want. Chanov's Mr. Forehand uh, has another game point. Just
Second serve.
wonder if, yeah.
Yeah, the wind is impacting a lot the rally so
Yeah, it's
far.
pretty visible.
Both players are not really, not really going for it even, and
No, because if they go for it, it could be a bit too much, or
yeah,
the
yeah,
wind
yeah.
could drag it out. But that forehand was so strange from Cerundolo.
Yeah, so 3-1. An important game now for Serundolo to be back on track. Let's see if he's able to
He's going to
hold.
have to hold.
Some jokes about me talking too much. I guess I'm staying true to the name Talking Tennis, right? Just a bit too much, I
Yeah,
guess.
that
Yeah, but
no.
anyway. Well, has play begun on the other? I mean, is Popirin and Marojan underway? I think so. Let me just have a look. Meanwhile,
It should. Let's see about.
yeah, Marojan serving 3-all, love 15 at the moment.
Curious how you think that one's going to go. It's a big match for both players.
Yeah, big chance for sure. I think. I mean, has Popirin? I think Popirin's also made it to the stage. I remember when he beat Sinner in Madrid 3 years ago. Was it lost to Nadal? Marujan, of course, made the fourth round in Rome last year after beating Alcaraz. Um, Interesting comment from Rune after the match. Said that he was not feeling well at all. He caught a virus and probably should have pulled out. But it does make sense considering it was a no-show from him. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
Marujan, I think even in Shanghai, did he not make the fourth round or quarters or something like that? Lost to
yeah,
Hurkacz in
I
quarters.
remember the quarterfinals, but I will check the
Quarters,
score.
exactly. Yeah. So it's not like this is just happened out of the blue. Um, you know, obviously the breakthrough was him beating Alcaraz in Rome, but he has been
Yeah, it
coming
was the
up. So,
quarterfinals.
yeah, quarterfinals. Yeah, see, so I would say maybe it's bigger for Popyrin, although yeah, there's a bit of gray area there because Popyrin has won a couple of titles. Marojan, I don't think, has won a title on the ATP Tour, but he's had more success. I think his win rate is crazy at Masters events, like 11 wins and three
Yeah,
losses.
it masters. Yeah, it is crazy.
That is, I mean, after I did look at a stat after the first 14 or 15 matches, only Djokovic and Nadal had better win rates at Masters events. So that is impressive. Um,
But how many tournaments is that now that he's been in? I mean, how many Masters tournaments?
three or
Well,
four, I remember
this is the
four.
fourth. This is the
Fourth,
fourth,
yeah.
Fourth. Okay.
and
Yeah,
he made
Rome,
the
Shanghai, Indian Wells, and now Miami. So, or yeah, I think that's it. Yeah,
yeah, and
I mean,
basically he won 3 matches at least in all the these 3 Masters 1000 he played before this one, and even right no, even this one. No, if he wins today, will be the case even in this one. Here a lot, but Kachanov has adjusted better.
he hit a really good lob. By the way, he was playing smart.
yeah, that's
Cerundolo, I mean, his net approach was not very convincing. The slice, yeah, he fed it right to Khachanov's strength. And he left
double
too
break
much
point.
gap, and Khachanov just lobbed it over his head. Now he has 2 break points for a double break. One of them saved. Here's another one. I mean, Khachanov has another look at a break point. But yeah, Serundolo doesn't. It's not a very happy
I
chap
mean,
out there at the
he
moment.
really needs to hold on here.
Yeah,
Otherwise, this set's
otherwise the
probably gone.
set's pretty much done.
Yeah, for this set, yes.
Yes, he beat Casper Ruud, right, in Shanghai. I think Jeans just pointed that out. Marojan, that is.
Oh,
Kalinsky has withdrawn.
Yeah, Kaliskaya has withdrawn and
yeah,
Sakari is into the quarterfinal. Here we
And
got the
Khachanov gets
break.
to double break.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, after that, shaky start from both. Kachanov has adjusted to the conditions, and Serundolo didn't really. And yeah, so for now, this set now is looking, in the way of the number 15 seed of this tournament.
It's crazy that even at Masters tournaments, we're going to be saying 15th seed, 20th seed. And yeah, I mean, like every Masters event is going to have a 15th seed, but to say 20th seed, 31st seed, like now at 7 out of 9, come on. I'm not a
Yeah,
fan of
yeah. That's for
hype.
sure.
I don't think that opinion's going to change because, I mean, you have
Yes.
4 slams and
Yeah. Let's say
So,
that in Miami we are kind of used to it.
in Miami, sure, but no, now in 2 of the clay court masters and the rest of the masters events on hard, I think, yeah, on hard courts now there's only one that's not gonna have this, right? One or two, just one, yeah, just one. That is
Yeah,
Bercy.
Paris and Monte Carlo from next
Yeah,
year, of course.
on
This
clay it's
year,
Monte Carlo, and which in a way makes sense because those two are the tournaments that have seen historically most sort of withdrawals during the tournament or even
yeah.
before the tournament by top players. And
me and
Monte
Monte
Carlo is
Carlos.
not mandatory anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I have to say that I'm not a fan of this sunshine double concept. Talking that, in my opinion, if we call just the tournaments in this way, yes. But in my opinion, I never stood the fact that these 2 tournaments had the chance to host 96 draw players,
oh god,
and and the other masters not. So I more than it's better this way for equality, or either you should cut even the draws or of these two Masters events, in my opinion.
Jane says, "Go Karen." I mean, just reading that may mean something very different in America. So, um, but yeah, and also, yeah, Runa claims no. I think Ghosty is showing a bit of prejudice there visibly. Runa was, I mean, if players say they were sick, we tend to believe them, right? So, yeah. Runa says he caught a virus. Yeah, I tend to believe that, seeing the flat performance from yesterday that he put out.
Oh, that was a
Cerundolo is
poor
now
return.
not the best. Yeah, not the best body language. You
Yeah,
would
he
think.
just looks like
He's
he's
just trying to go for
gonna
something
let
big,
this
but
go.
doesn't really have a game plan in mind.
Yeah, it looks tight between Popperin and Marasan.
Sorry, I'm laughing at the comment. Oof.
Marjan 19.
Yeah, I don't know if
That's
you
okay.
saw you all saw the clip of the the shot Rude missed against
Yeah,
Davidovich.
you sent it to me, and I
It
saw it
was
before.
hilarious because Davidovich was not caring anymore of the point.
Yeah, he just stopped and he looked the other way, and then there's a question here from Ria, an off-topic question.
Medvedev serve.
Yeah, so if I could take this, yeah, he mentioned in Dubai that it's
Yeah.
something. First of all, after the injury, he what do you think? Yeah, sorry. Uh, After the injury, he tried to work on his serve. He served, I mean, pretty much only one day before the tournament began, and he's trying to improve it. It is pretty bad. I think he even mentioned it in Indian Wells, so that's just something. He knows it. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. They're looking to no. Sorry, I was distracted by the umpire saying something, but I'm not really able to listen to everything because I have also the headphones here. Whatever. Yeah, I feel the level of his second serve has dropped a bit. First serve, I think it's okay because you may not score that many aces, but I feel like he still has quite an effective first serve. Is able to open the core at time, to use it in the way he likes to use it. Of course, some more free points are always welcome, but second serve, I've had a feeling that that's more shaky at times, but not only meaning some double faults, but he's not like he has really an effective kick, which is trying at times, but I mean it's not something that is preventing him so far to to get deep runs in the tournament. Maybe in some of these big matches, even these big finals probably could have made some kind of difference. But yeah, he's playing better in other aspects of the game.
Yeah, this he's got a great all-round game, so return and just he's such a tough competitor. He can still go and do very well in this tournament, but so I just the match between Popper and Marasan seems to be just staying on serve. Popper, and I was a little bit surprised that he came through and beat Lehechka in straight sets yesterday. I don't know if either of you saw that match at all, but Lehechka obviously has been having a very good time at the moment. He's at the he got to quarterfinal just in Indian Wells, right? So I wasn't really expecting Popperin to do much in this tournament, so I'm just curious to see how that match goes. Like we talked earlier about how whether Khachanov could actually get back up into the top 10, but I mean, it's like sometimes just with a little bit of luck and a little run here and there, it could actually happen. So just saying that, with Popperin, he's where's his ranking now? Yeah, so he's just within the top 50, but he might be getting close to that top his career best with 38. If he gets a little bit of a run here. Yeah,
I have to be honest, it's not one of the players I tend to
Khachanov's taken the first set. Sorry,
to
continue.
watch the most,
Hmm.
because usually if I turn on and I see big serve, not a solid backhand, I tend to turn off. I have to be honest, it's not
Yeah.
my type of player. But yeah, I have to to admit that lately a lot of things about his game improved a lot. Most of all, the rally tolerance got way better in this in these past months. He's been able to get some good wins and let's say results even in slower conditions, where you have to dig deep a little bit more. So yeah, he's really he's really improving his tennis. And yeah, to answer Ghosty, yeah, this is a bit of a crappy match, but because I mean, Kachanov is if he has a good quality, is that when you are not in in a good day and you're missing a lot like Serundolo is doing so far, well, then it's the best match possible for Kachanov, because one thing I'm sure about him is that he's not going to really miss that much and to gift you a lot here and there, so you can really go down in confidence even more if you're not in your best day and you have to face let's say that Kachanov is in my view the perfect prototype of the solid player overall. So yeah, it's really it's really tough if you're not able to find your level at least a little bit more.
Yeah, 4 winners and 15 errors for Cerundolo
Exactly.
in that set. Kachanov, it's 8 winners and 7 on 4. So yeah, the solid player. That's pretty much it.
Consistent. Let's see.
Yeah, considering also the conditions doesn't don't seem to be the easiest possible. 7-4 in 7 games are a good number for Kachanov. Yeah, Cerundolo is way too much, of course, more than 2 per game. But let's see if something will change in this second set.
Yeah, maybe win a few winners and then get the crowd involved. Maybe it can change a little bit here, but it has been pretty woeful so far. But
Blood 30 here.
yeah, so a little chance opening up maybe.
Yeah, but I'd say that the the weather, the conditions are the protagonist so far. Even the players are struggling even to get the right distance from the ball. On this forehand was super clear, and so it's not the most enjoyable match I've seen in my life so far. Let's say like that.
Baseline points 123 to Kachanov, 13.
Yeah, Ghosty, my only thing is that Sabos and Jarvis fans, I don't think they would like to to be so loud for Serundolo. It depends if they are, I love South America. Yes, if they seem they think they are rivals because they are Chilean, Brazilians, and then maybe not that much. So Yeah, what do you think about today's matches? The other that we will see later. What are you particularly interested in, and why?
I was to say Musetti versus Shelton.
Mm.
I think any match with Shelton at the moment is, I feel like it's interesting for me just to see if he's actually able to break through here, because he's had obviously a very good year, but when it comes, I mean, if he wins that match, he then plays in Alcaraz, I think, is that right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes,
Well,
exactly.
if Alcaraz beats Monfils, but obviously
Right.
we expect
Yeah,
that
we
to
kind of
happen.
expect that.
Although,
Also, Zverev and Eubanks would maybe be interesting if Eubanks turns up. That is, otherwise, yeah, I don't know.
yeah, so Eubanks, yeah, he's done. I didn't have much hope for him coming in, but getting a win over Evans is a pretty good result. And yeah, who knows? Like, I mean, with Eubanks, it's really just like if he's just turns up on the day, like, he can just hit that peak form. Yeah, then he can definitely give Zverev trouble. But I still expect Zverev to get through. I actually had Zverev going to the final before the tournament. That's what my pick was. So I think, yeah, but we'll see what happens though.
Yeah, we're watching this rally. They are trying to find a bit more consistency. Oh, and that's a good shot. So he holds, and yeah, we're talking about in the chat. Will Bolter Azarenka be a cracker? Well, it can be, in my opinion, it depends more on which kind of version will Bolter bring to the court. But I think it's a kind of match where Azarenka's experience can make the difference. So I think Azarenka should be. I think she'll win this one. Probably it will even be maybe a close straight sets. I don't know if will be really a cracker in terms of the the tight score line, but it can be, and I wouldn't be surprised if it goes to distance, of course, because right now these are two players who I think they can be considered quite even in terms of right now the moment Walter is is playing well this year. So yeah, but in my opinion, will depend a lot on which Bolter we will see.
By the way, Marujan's just held for 6-5 in the first set. Pretty interesting so far over there. It looks like they've exchanged service breaks, but that must have happened earlier in the set. So yeah, we're entering the lottery zone with both players. Just they can both serve big. Just a few points here or there at this moment would really decide the set.
I forget where. Yeah, so he's at Marasan's at a career high ranking at the moment. So I'm guessing, yeah, a good run here can push him up quite a lot further into the top 50. So yeah.
Oh, this is a tough question we got in the chat.
What's it?
Rozan back at drop shot, Alcaraz forehand drop shot. I'm going to, I don't want to be that predictable. maybe I'm taking Marozsan backhand drop shot. And matter of taste, I really like the backhand drop shot even more than the one which is got with which is made with a forehand. So I'm taking that one.
Yeah, for me, the thing is both shots are so well disguised. So that's
Yeah.
probably the number one factor for why they're not, along with them being so effective also. But yeah, like you said, with Marojan's backhand, usually on the backhand side, it's easier to tell, even though the grip changes last minute when a player is going for the drop shot. But with Marojan, somehow you just can't. And once he executes it, it's just so difficult to get to.
Yeah, here Cerundolo held his serve quite comfortably. So yeah, let's see the second set is if will
Still windy.
be if will be closer. Yes, still very windy. That's really one of the main factors of today's section so far. But yeah, if Serundolo is able to settle down, we will maybe see a better second set.
I don't know if I have too much hope, but yeah, let's see.
Hmm.
I think I'll keep an eye on Marojan and Popperin for now. Well, the two of you have a look at what happens here.
What are your thoughts? If you want, and the women's top seeds, Viontek, Goff. We saw yesterday Noskova put some trouble on Iga's path, and Iga came through, and especially that hold, the final hold was really really good from lot 40 down. So what's your thought about these two players who do you give Goff a chance in case they are going to meet in the semis, even if the matchup has been tough for her, or not really?
Eddie can take that.
uh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I at the moment I don't really. Well, I'm gonna see how Goff does against Garcia, but at the moment I think that Swiatek will get through that if they do meet, but I just feel like she's still got that extra gear that at the moment I'm not sure that Goff is. I don't know. I think that I'm not actually sure if Goff might not even get there. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
Difficult in my opinion. Because these courts in Miami are a bit quicker, but Goff is not really able to take the time away from Swiatek with the pace of her shots. It's even the opposite, I would say. So main thing for me is that even if I find the women's tour very enjoyable, because there are many good players which can do very well. I don't really have right now a matchup I'm really looking forward to. It's difficult. Yeah, John, inner nine losses, have any of them been really close? I
All
don't even
straight sets.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, if I may, Marujan was, obviously Popperin was serving 5-6, 30-15. They were back-to-back backhand return winners for Marujan. And he had a set point, and then there was a rally in which Marujan slice clipped the net. So Popperin hit a backhand approach shot that went long, and Marujan takes the first set 7-5.
Yeah, so Marozsan is a set away from the fourth round.
This guy in Masters, he loves it.
I know.
Yeah, this is to potentially meet the Minoru Struff.
No, he has a chance either match, in my opinion.
Yeah, the minor Struff is can be an interesting one. Yeah, even the matchup, in my opinion, the matchup, can turn very very interesting. But of course, there's the need of Struff showing up well, because the minor right now is playing very well. So for sure, an average version of yourself maybe it's not enough to win this match. And yeah, it's an interesting section, this one, for sure, because you know a lot of player, I would say, have their own case to hope for a big run, because Minor, Marosan, but whoever wins, really, in my opinion, has a chance. There's Zverev, but I don't think this tournament have ever he didn't really find himself comfortably in this stretch of the season. So I don't know if this will be the right year for him. It's not really uh, you know convincing me right now. So yeah, I don't know how much read into the Zverev Geraliassim match.
Hmm. Yeah, de Minaur against Marasan. If that is how it turns out, I'm curious, to see how that would go. Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced that de Minaur's been very good recently, but he's still. I don't know if he's like quite at the consistency that for him to be able to stay within the top 10 for very long. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how that goes. This year he's de Minaur, he's beaten a lot of good players, but in Los Cabos, that was after his title in Rotterdam that he lost to Michelsen.
Yeah, I mean, what was weird circumstance, I have to say, because getting the flight to Mexico and then having to play,
That's right. Yeah,
it wasn't the easiest possible situation for him. And then indeed in the following week, he played well again in Acapulco. I feel like he has qualities that are very sustainable. Maybe not to really stay consistently in the top 10, but I can see him being among the players who's going to be with us for for quite a few time, because I feel that players who have this great defensive abilities are solid. The minor is also good variety, so maybe um, needs a bit of bigger weapons if he wants to to take a step forward. But uh, if we talk about top 20 level, his qualities are very sustainable for that, in my opinion.
yeah. There's no doubt that he's worked very hard to improve, and he's actually seeing the results of that recently. And yeah, obviously very solid. And very good defensive qualities. These days, all the top players have that, and so certainly he's going to be able to sustain himself. I think, at least top 20 for a while. I was just, but obviously getting into the top 10 is a new milestone for him, and I'm just, it's going to get more competitive, I think. Like, that's the problem. Yeah, but and that's Cerundolo.
Yeah, Serundolo held in the previous game. Now hit a winner to to go 15-all in this fifth game. So looks like at at least he settled down more or less. This set is looking, a bit closer. I don't know to what extent because we're still at the beginning, but yeah, even the previous game, yeah, he got to deuce, but overall he's always been up in the game. Never really, let's say, never really risked to get him broken. So yeah, so far they are just holding their service games.
Yeah, and Khachanov still has the advantage of, serving ahead, and it's only a matter
Yeah.
of one poor service game from Cerundolo, which is not unimaginable considering how this match has panned out. So, yeah, I think he needs to take care of his own serve, and, I think the chances will present themselves. I'm not very convinced by Cerundolo's level at the moment. Looks like Zverev and Eubanks are on the court.
Let
Seems
me
like the
check.
toss is done, and any quick predictions for that match, Eddie and Mario.
Zverev Eubanks. I'm going Zverev straight sets here.
Harsh, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's my feeling as well. But I mean, Eubanks, yeah, it could be close. Like it could go to tie break, maybe one set, but I think that Zverev's going to get it.
I don't know if it's the kind of player which can, be, troubling match for Zverev, for, the kind of features that Eubanks games has. I think Zverev should be fine. At least if he's able to show up a good return level. Maybe Eubanks, if he's not peaking on serve, can be troubling in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Eubanks has any chance, he's going to have to start peeking out his mind, like we have seen before. But I mean, it's not something it comes along too often. And yeah, just obviously Zverev's, he's in a pretty good place with his game right now. So overall, yeah, I'm expecting that he'll get the win, but. What do you think about if? Because I think in the semis, is it that Zverev, who's in? So if he gets to the semis, that he might face Alcaraz. Is that right? Yeah. So
yeah,
if that was to happen, there's a lot to go between now and then, obviously. But
yeah, I don't know. It's a very weird matchup, honestly, because I mean, we kind of understood that in some conditions, Alcaraz seemed to be a bit unplayable for Zverev, but at the same time, Zverev has been really able to, exploit Alcaraz, flows in his, not best days so far, especially when conditions are a bit faster. So it's it's a bit difficult to predict. Maybe I would say that it's a match when maybe it's more Alcaraz depending. I know that Zverev should for sure bring the top level if he wants to to beat Carlos, but maybe I feel like it's more Carlos depending, because then in a day like the one at the Australian Open, yeah, for sure better chance than Indian Wells, as we are watching in the chat. But I guess it looks like this for everyone who's facing Alcaraz. I mean, even potential final between Alcaraz and Sinner or Medvedev, for sure, in my opinion, things are different than than in Indian Wells, which is one of his, favorite courts in the world, if not maybe the favorite, who knows. So yeah, it's difficult, in my opinion, to predict. I feel like Alcaraz should be, should win even in Miami if this is about to happen. But of course, we will see what the next matches will bring us. So
Yeah,
Eubanks is raced. I'm sorry.
I was just going to say that. Yeah, it's also just for Alcaraz to be able to get to the final after winning the title in Indian Wells it would be quite an achievement in itself. So yeah, it's just whether he can. Obviously, he has the ability to do it. It's just if he comes up against a Zverev that's like playing very, very well, it wouldn't just surprise me that much that if Zverev was able to get the win this time. But so
yeah,
back
Eubanks is
and winner
to a
here.
love hold, and Zverev's not serving love 130 love. Eubanks not able to even get a racket on most of these Zverev serves. 3 on return so far.
Yeah, that was a good hold for Cerundolo, I feel.
Yeah. Played a couple of very good points. So yeah, 3-all. If the set gets suddenly tight, he can have his chances, as you said. Holding service for sure. The first thing, and then who knows what can happen if things get point by point. Alcaraz should just play all the time. Yeah, many people think that about the players who are the most enjoyable and the strongest players, even if it's not possible, of course. And do you prefer Indian Wells or Miami? A stupid question.
Yeah, Eddie can take that. Then I'll answer.
I mean,
I prefer Indian Wells, I have to be honest.
Yeah, overall, it's a more exciting tournament for me. Like, I mean, yeah, it's always felt the bigger tournament as well, and yeah, I think by the time Miami comes around as well, I'm a little bit. When we get to the end of it, it's like I'm a little bit fatigued because we have two masters right after one after the other, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think?
I liked Miami when it was at Crandon Park. I don't like this Miami since 2019.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing.
I have also to admit that Crandon Park was beautiful, and I used to like it, but it needed some changes. Also the outside court, maybe getting some upgrade. I don't know what happened. I mean, money and sponsorships made their job, I think. Yeah, I tend to prefer Indian Wells, but I'm reasoning more like if I have to plan a visit to either of those two tournaments, I think I would choose Indian Wells.
Me too. I mean, I've been there only once, and so I would rather go there again than go to Miami, if I'm being honest.
And it seems to be better attended, right? I mean, that's yeah. So
yeah, it feel like that. I have to also be honest that even when the main stadium here is quite full, it doesn't really seem so because it's it's also big around it. and it's not really a tennis stadium, and that is difficult for me to, even when we got these cameras watching, uh, from the high perspective, the stadium, it's not the most beautiful thing in my opinion in tennis, but yeah, of course. Andy Murray, yeah, same. I'm going to miss him, but I have to be honest that I'm trying to be too used to him not being there. I'm not really watching a lot of him right now, because for me it's emotionally challenging to watch him. I have to be honest, because there are a lot of things involved. Every uh, I don't know how to explain what I mean, but everything looks like so difficult, so tough, and I love his passion and all this. But in the end, I know that I kind of understood that this is a story with no happy ending, and so I don't really want to get fooled by something good I watch and believe in some fairy tale moment. And so fairy tale moment, I don't mean, of course, winning something like Miami. That's for sure, it's not happening. But even not losing this kind of match, for example, winning yesterday's match and then getting more routine loss in the following round would have been easier to handle, if you are someone who enjoys watching Murray. But of course, I mean, it's it depends. It's also difficult because when there's Murray on court, you always try maybe right now to focus on him, and it's also difficult to the opponent. Also, credits to Machak yesterday for having been very very brave in the final points of the tiebreak, because he's been very brave in hitting those shots. And yeah.
Yeah, so what I wanted to say, I think Owen put out a tweet, sums it up perfectly. Every win seems very hard earned, but every loss seems like a huge setback for Andy at this stage.
Yeah.
So it's, I think, sums it up perfectly. Really, like there's so much weight around.
What
Yeah,
was
essentially.
okay?
Yeah, it was good. If you are
Yeah,
wondering, yeah, it
I
was good. It was good.
my stream went poor quality there, so it was a little bit hard for me to tell what was going on. I can't hear as well.
So Khachanov has not faced a break point yet, has he?
No, no. He got to deuce in the first service game of the match, and then he's gone quite comfortably. Right
Hmm.
here, even Cerundolo, really. In the second set, there hasn't been a break point so far.
Okay.
And for a love here, so Cerundolo is in charge of this game.
So for Zverev, he's just held again to love. It's 2-all. And I think Marajan's up a break.
Yeah, basically, Zverev, if
Okay.
everything goes, his way, can enter the fourth round having dropped kind of 4-5 total points on serve, because against Felix it was 2 points whole match. Actually winning 10 out of 10 on the second serve. Yeah, about Felix, I always struggle right now because I always have some moments where I am like, okay, maybe he finds his game, but right now some performances have been a bit of a setback so far. It's difficult for me because then last year, for example, I had a great week in Basel, somehow won that title, playing also well, I have to say. I don't know about Felix. I tend to be a bit harsh, but because I know he can be better than this, That's
Yeah. Yeah, you did, John.
Yeah, yeah, it is right. These stats are right. Yeah. Against Felix, he dropped only 2 points, and actually all when he put the first serve. So yeah, I don't know what is telling you. These stats when. Yeah, it's always both. Both things being true. Serving. Zverev having a great serving day, but at the same time, Felix maybe wasn't. Oh, this is. Oh, that's good. That's good.
Very
I
nice.
think. Is it good?
Oh, it's not
Is
clear.
good or out? I haven't understood.
Yeah, let's see the replay.
Let me watch. Oh,
Oh, just wide, I think.
just wide. Yeah. Yeah, 30 love.
I think that was supposed to be the Hawkeye, but they didn't show any ball mark. Did it?
I think he is the president, or is he just a member of the council?
No.
Zverev.
There isn't a president, if I am right. He's in.
Yeah, he's on the Players' Council, but he's not.
Yeah, he's on the player council
Oh.
as top 10 player, I think. Because last year was Rublev, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Ghosty, I hear you. I share the exact same sentiments. Yeah, it's all I'm
we
gonna say.
been new. We been new.
We be known. Yeah, exactly. Just so that all of our
We know.
audience understands.
I'm not sure how it affects his position on the council, because he's obviously got these things to attend. So I don't know if that's very practical, even before we consider what's going on. But yeah, Zverev. Who else is on the player council actually?
Dimitrov, he was there last year too, because and then we have. I will never remember, because it's not like they have written on themselves I am on the council, so I always forget it.
Yeah, it's not. There's always like some doubles players.
I cannot help you. I have to check for what it's worth, actually, because honestly, I don't even know to what extent is this council really important. So
so key game coming up, I think, for Cerundolo.
Yeah.
Dusan Lajovic, Mackenzie McDonald, Pedro Martinez, Pedro Kachin, Wesley Koloff. Yeah, and then I don't know who else. But I mean, these are the most important, players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not
basically
sure.
half of the council remains the same for the the following year, and the other half changes. So basically, Zverev is in the council for this year and next year, while for example Dimitrov, which was last year and this year, next year won't be there anymore unless he gets voted again. So yeah, but exactly, it's not really in my opinion a very, very important thing, except for what it about the allegation stuff and all the other things, but it's more some ethic stuff more than really a matter of importance in the decisions, in my opinion. Then I don't know.
Yeah, we don't really hear about major changes happening because of the Players' Council or something like this, but
yeah, I mean, they haven't been able so far to I know that it doesn't depend all on them, but just to mention that they haven't been able, for example, to really solve the issues of, for example, the balls. which
Yeah.
I think is, in my opinion, one of the easiest one. Probably, I don't know why there is so much of an issue, but
The
yeah.
ball companies maybe not too happy, but if they choose
Yeah,
one
that's
ball,
for sure. That's for sure. But they still may be happy, if the because in my opinion the wrong thing, my idea is that the wrong thing is that right now the deal is between the ball company and the tournament, and it should be, in my opinion, the ATP should be more present in this, and all the companies can be happy, but at least 2-3 straight week we have to have the same ball, for example, between Indian Wells and Miami. Then we
yeah,
go to Monte Carlo and we change the balls, and it's fair. And but yeah, that's my thing.
yeah. If that ball was out, so 30
Yeah,
all.
30 all. Yeah, Marozsan is looking like close to win there. He's up a set on the break against Popirin.
Yeah, so Marizan.
Good serve here. So Serundolo gets a game point.
Yeah, game point.
In my opinion, it's not even that one, Sean, the main complaint, but more the issue of changing them, so quickly between tournaments which are held, for example, both on hardcourt and in back-to-back weeks. For sure, there's also that complaint, but in my opinion, it's not that one even the most important, but the other one, because changing the ball so frequently can lead you to more health issues with the elbow and
Yeah.
things like that, the wrist. Um,
When they're
but
absolutely
then, yeah.
smacking the ball these days. Yeah, and then having a drastically different ball from one week to the next can certainly, I could imagine how that would have trouble with your joints, your wrists, and just that difference in impact. But the players seem to be pretty unanimous on that as well. That is a problem. So it's probably for the best if they can actually come up with a system. Maybe just for this clay swing, we're just going to have these balls or whatever. So we're at 5-all, Cerundolo and Khachanov. There's a
Oh, so they're
Yeah,
5
5 all.
all.
But is it raining? No, I have this this inner fear of the rain. Sorry,
yeah.
but
I know.
I
every
don't know what
time
they're
that
looking at.
You know,
There's some issue.
okay, someone is maybe feeling unwell, because they are passing some ice bags.
I feel like this is happening a lot in Miami this time. From the players and
By the way, Zverev
Got broken.
held to love in his first two
No.
service games,
Ah,
and now he's on deuce at
Deuce.
2-3.
okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, but
Oh, and it's break point now. Okay.
yeah, as long as you said Zverev, my first thought was, did he get broken? Because,
Oh, he's about to now. He's facing a break point.
yeah.
Eubanks, I mean, when he's getting the serve back, he's putting enough pressure. He's rushing Zverev. There have been quite a few errors now. So, anyway, let's get, I'd let you focus on the concerned match while I. Okay, wait, it's halted. It's halted. So,
Yeah, I mean,
guess.
we are a bit, we have stopped for a bit because something happened between the stands here. So,
But Eubanks has a break point, is it?
Yes, and he has a look at his second serve now. Zverev just mixed the first, so this must be a huge chance for him. So break point, 2-3. Zverev's already dropped more points on serve than he did in his first match. Second serve, big forehand from Eubanks. Zverev's on the back foot. Oh,
Yeah, players are going to the bench.
Oh, Eubanks' backhand clipped the net, and then Zverev got a look at the forehand, and Eubanks missed the following shot. Oh yeah, so it's raining, and Carlos Bernardes is just walked off, gotten off his chair. Is it raining? Yeah, they just. Yeah, I
No,
think Eubanks was the one who immediately prompted to the
Oh,
sky, and oh well, here we go. Um, Also, the thing is with Eubanks last year, he played Medvedev in the quarters. The exact same thing happened. He had
sorry.
Medvedev. He Medvedev was in trouble at this exact same juncture. I think it was 1-2 or 2-3. He had a break point or two. It started to rain, and the momentum shifted big time. So
Oh my God, not the rain, please.
it is raining. Yeah, I can see some rain droplets on the camera.
never ending.
But I didn't understand the passage between "I don't apologize for net courts" and "Free Gaza." Okay. I didn't understand what the two things have to do with each other, but okay.
Oh my god, that's ghosty. Since we're on a break now, I want to answer to something Ghosty said. Medvedev parent sacrifice a lot. It's been something that's irked me a lot because the players, his contemporaries, if you want to say, and I think Mario may back me up on it, or he might be too politically correct. I don't know, but yeah. So his contemporaries, Tsitsipas and Zverev, uh, compared to Medvedev, they had so much more press. They had so much more exposure. They, especially Zverev, I think he got so many more wild cards early on in his career to tournaments. That's something Medvedev never enjoyed at all. And even when he was breaking through, he admittedly he did break through when he was 21, 22, a little later than these two because they broke through when they were teenagers. He was just
Yeah.
overlooked, overshadowed until maybe 2019 when he had that run of 6 finals in a row. And that was also when we saw in this, it's not a coincidence that, what I'm going to get to next. But yeah, then the media started to take him a bit more seriously. And then they started to see his, the other side of his, where, this quirky, funny character. And that is when I think they really started to appreciate him. But until then, they didn't at all. So does it look like have the players left the court,
We're
or
gonna start
they
again.
just
Okay.
Yeah, we are playing again. I feel like.
yeah, but because on center court, the ball kids are just dabbing the raindrops with the towels. So I don't know. The players are still there, I think.
Yeah. Here too. Here the same.
Right. Okay. No, because I don't want to just like go off on a
I feel
tangent and
like
like.
Rublev was the biggest name, even more in my opinion than Kachanov at the really beginning. At least from how I remember. Then Kachanov surpassed him because he won. It's been the first one to win a big thing.
Paris, right?
He won in Paris in
Yes.
2018, and but yeah, I know that Rublev was seen as the most promising, even when I remember in 2017 started getting better and better results, and he was still a teenager. And yeah, Medvedev have to wait a little bit to adjust his game, maybe even more, because right now he plays so different. If you watch some highlights from when, for example, he played against Federer in Shanghai, it seems like watching another player, really.
Exactly.
Oh, I was at that match. I was actually at that match. Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
there
because
was three
wasn't
set.
Medvedev? Yeah, wasn't Medvedev like not very far away from winning? I remember he was 2 points away at 3-4 from serving for the match, so it was a close match against Federer in Shanghai.
Yeah. But no. I'm talking about more about tactically.
Right? No, it
Style.
was just
The
an answer
way
to what
he.
Eddie said. Yeah, you're right because he's
Yeah.
a different, completely different player now compared to what he played like then, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Some of the qualities were, of course, there already. Because if not, it's not. It's impossible to explain how you can have such a big quality jump, but he had to really, think a lot about, his moves in order to break through and maximize his potential.
I mean, yeah, that was around the time, he started to really break through, and then 2019 he was like really good. But obviously he's an intelligent player, great tennis IQ. I mean, he's obviously the experience of just playing these good players. Is just he's actually been able to work out what works for him, and he just got better and better. And but I'm curious, like, what do you think about Medvedev's chances of winning another slam? Because I mean, that's really what he's aiming for, So like,
Thing is, he's not very far. So I think people just get discouraged by losses in the final. Yeah, he wasn't far. And if you say if he had more fuel in his legs against Sinner, again, he was not far from winning that either. And I think he probably would have won it if he wasn't so gassed. So he's gonna keep putting himself in that position. And like last year, he put himself again in positions to win big titles again, and he did. So I think that's definitely going to happen. He's making the needful adjustments to his game, making changes as well. Like his forecourt game has improved. He's being the aggressor in a lot of exchanges now. He is sort of not shying away from approaching the net, as incredibly unorthodox as his technique is at the net with his drop shots and volleys. He's putting himself there. He's trying new things, surprising players most importantly. So yeah, I'm more encouraged than anything, by his recent strides. I think even though he's losing these matches, there's a progression that we see.
Yeah, we have our producers
Yeah,
here.
watching on.
I'm not as optimistic as Srihui about Medvedev's chances. I agree with Srihui in that he put himself in that position, and I think if he was fresher, he may well have gone on to win that match, but he kind of had to do it in 3 or 4.
What's up? Are we starting again?
Oh, are we? Okay.
No, I don't know. I'm trying to understand.
I'm watching
I don't
you
understand
guys.
what's going on
It's
here.
better freestyle.
It seems like Zverev, the score pop went live again. So
Zverev and Eubanks resumed, and Eubanks is now 4-3.
Okay. No. Here I got confused because they had to change the balls right now, and so but it's just they do a small warm up again. Okay.
Oh, wait, has enough time passed for them to do a warm up?
I don't know, 11.5 minutes, and they try some serves.
I thought 15 minutes was the sort of limit, or the lower limit.
Yeah,
for
but they are trying the serves anyway here, so so yeah.
What do you think, Mario, about Medvedev's chances? I'm probably going 60-40 against him winning another slam. That's my feeling. Because it's US Open is the next one, really, right? I mean, that's the problem as well. He's got 2 every year rather than 4.
Yeah, I mean, in those 2, of course, he's one of the very, very top contenders. Maybe even if he has improved. Last year he had a couple of big runs even on the clay and the grass, because he won in the Rome Masters, got in the semi-final.
What? Medvedev won Rome?
Yeah, won Rome. 6 wins, 6 career wins in Rome, and all of them last year. But it's tough because yeah, he's not that far actually, because I mean, out of the last 7 hardcore slams, he's made the final in 5 of them. So he's really been, you know, up there consistently actually on hard especially. And yeah, I mean, a lot of things can happen. I would say that as for the current tennis landscapes, it's possible. So maybe I would be a bit more optimistic and, you know, bring the percentages, my opinion, to 50-50.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's fair
if
enough.
some of you agrees with me. You know,
What do you think, Eddie?
Yeah, well, I think yeah, the problem is it's not going to get any easier, really, is it? Because we've got before it was you know, obviously Alcaraz and Sinner have come along more recently, but yeah, now we've really got 4 guys at the top. I would say that are going to be fighting for the slams, and yeah, like you said, it's only going to be really US Open and Australian Open, maybe where Medvedev could grab one. But I mean, he is at least showing the consistency to you think that he's going to be in with a shout at upcoming slams, at least for the next year or 2, or maybe further, right? So, but I think he's going to maybe need a bit of luck, maybe with the draw opening up a little bit. But I mean, he's the finals that he's played. I mean, it's been kind of a bit unlucky in a way, but yeah, I don't know. It's I wouldn't be that surprised if it happens, but maybe like you had put it at less than 50% at the moment. But yeah.
Thing is that I can see, you know, as long as Alcaraz and Sinner are phenomenal, but I can see in some way that it may have, it's difficult, but it may also happen that maybe, you know, they are not that brilliant ones. I don't know. There are a lot of things can happen, and of course, if you are able to, you know, maybe I give him more chances at the U.S. Open rather than the Australian Open. Despite, you know, he's got very solid results also at the Australian Open, 3-time runner-up, of course. But you know, also maybe having in my eyes, you know, the match he played against Alcaraz, for example, last year in New York. I don't know, maybe that court is even more, you know, special for him, and maybe it's the slam I can be, you know, a bit more comfortable saying, you know, why not, you know. Here, a second serve and the break point for Cerundolo.
Serundolo.
Things are getting interesting here. Zverev and Eubanks. Zverev serving 3-4 deuce.
Backhand to backhand exchange.
I think this is what Khachanov wants.
Oh.
Oof.
Oh.
He tried. Serundolo tried to get out with that shot. But it's
Break point for Eubanks, by the way, to serve for the first set. It's kind of come out of nowhere.
The score is 3-4.
3-4, yes. Advantage Eubanks.
Got it. Yeah, I felt like Cerundolo, he really needed to take that chance. If it goes to say a tie break, you know, I think I'd fancy Kachanov. But we'll see.
And I mean, try to do something. I mean, at least, you know. Does Rune or Medi have a better chance of getting one in next few years? Well, so far, you know, I feel like Medvedev is in a better state so far. So if we are talking about the present, I would say, you know, Medvedev, of course. Then
drop shot winner from Eubanks, and he serves for the first set.
Oh.
Yeah.
So maybe I was wrong about that match.
Maybe me too. The funny thing is, Shrihari, he's just giving Zverev no pace on the backhand. I mean, he's sometimes slicing
Yeah.
first serves from Zverev, which is quite.
He's mixing it up. So Zverev just doesn't know exactly what's coming.
Wow,
And-
great
Oh.
rally here.
What a drop shot from
An amazing
Cerundolo.
drop shot.
Ah.
So another break point.
So 2 drop shots in 2 different matches.
The Argentine's flag is flying.
Mario, yeah, of course. No, Ghosty, what I meant was in this match because Zverev held, I think, the first 2 games to love. And again, like sure, he faced breakpoint in the other, but yeah, he was the player looking largely comfortable on serve rather than Eubanks, who felt like he was fighting from 15-30 almost every service game. That is why I meant it's kind of come out of nowhere. But yeah, if Eubanks keeps this together for another set or 2, yeah, we could be looking at an upset, really.
Yeah.
For me, it comes a little bit out of nowhere if he wins. I know that he likes in Miami, but there weren't, a lot of things recently, to tell me. And a break. Cerundolo will serve
wow.
for the set.
Oh,
Cerundolo moves forward and finishes with a volley.
And yeah, so I was just saying, there weren't many, signs for me to believe in, another, let's say, deep run for Eubanks here. But yeah, evidently, despite of if he wins the set, he may even lose in 3, but he is proving that he really finds himself very well here. That's for sure.
okay, yeah, Eubanks going for some wild shot.
I am in the darkness.
So the break helped Serundolo, would you say? Oh, by break, I mean the rain delay.
Oh. I don't know,
Okay.
but possibly.
Yeah, a couple of twists since the rain delay, right?
Yeah, I mean, here the set had still started, in a good way for Cerundolo because he was starting, holding better the serve. Didn't face a break point so far in this second set. So, it was holding pretty well. But yeah, still it was a little bit unexpected. But as we were mentioning before at the beginning of the second set, we were saying that this one was really the key, trying to hold and to build a bit the score, and then a chance sooner or later probably would have come, and he's been able to actually to use it very well, playing 2 incredible points from deuce to get a break. Let's see if he serves it out.
Eubanks is double faulted and he's handed the break right back to Zverev.
Have I disappeared?
He put a fairly rudimentary forehand into the net just before as well.
Yeah, and there was another wild forehand that went way long, 30-15.
Are you sad because you're a big Eubanks fan?
No, I'm. You know what you're asking, Mario. You know exactly. That's not a genuine question. Come on.
Sorry, I had to. I
Very
had to
cheeky,
because
very
I know you well.
Very cheeky, should say. Anyway, what's happening with
30 love.
Okay.
So he's close. Oh, big forehand.
What a forehand.
Big forehand and big scream, actually. So 40 love, 3 set points.
And all the Argentinian fans there.
Yeah, Sean, by the way, we all have hope for Rune, but, the question was, in my opinion, more about kind of the press and maybe this year and last year's and next year, sorry. So I think that it's comfortably to say Medvedev right now, in my opinion. Another winner, by the way, by Cerundolo, who is has turned into a winner machine right now. And so 7-6, we get into a third set here.
Has the wind died down a little bit as well? I don't know if that's maybe, or has he just got used to it? But yeah, big turnaround because
yeah, exactly. Serundolo got a lot more winners this set, 14. Still 15 and forced errors, but I mean his game is pretty risky. So, but that's a good balance because it's just one the difference. While Kachanov had something like Cerundolo in the first set because he scored 5 and 14, I think. And Serundolo won 91% of second serves point, which is actually a pretty big number. And he actually played a few second serves because he is at 75%. So, yeah, I mean, he hasn't faced a single break point in world set. So, yeah, the chance came, and he's been able to take it very well. What's happening to Zverev?
He's love 30 now, serving 4-5. It's like whenever Eubanks gets his serve back into play, he's just playing to his own terms, and Eubanks is the one dictating.
Marozsan is through.
Yeah, 7-5, 6-3. So Marozsan is into the fourth round here.
Yeah.
This Miami with all the rain delays. This is got for me so difficult to say which round we are in. I always double check because I'm, and also it's a little bit distracting for me because women are around earlier, so it's fourth round for the women today. Third round still for the men, so it's not easier.
Yeah, that does get confusing. Oh, well.
Another great return. So Serundolo gets the first point of this deciding set. And lot 30. This game can be important.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, Gossi, you don't know myself very well, by the way. I'm kidding with you.
Huge shank of Eubanks' backhand on this Zverev second serve. It's 30 all from love 30.
Wow.
What a return again. He's returning so well right now. Because this was
just when we
good.
thought he probably wouldn't play better, and then here it is. Yeah.
Set 2 forehand. 9.0 in the second set for Cerundolo.
Oh.
Yeah, so we had post-Puk Sinner. We can have post-Rain Cerundolo.
Posting Alcaraz.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday it was also a little bit of a post-Rain Sinner, but the room for the change, was seen even a bit earlier, a bit before the rain. Room for a change of the match. Best of Martina Trevisan. I am more into Jasmine Paolini. But yeah, we can watch Trevisan from the French Open. Cerundolo breaks here. Khachanov is not happy. Yeah, tell me.
I wonder if Mario is going to watch Cecchinato instead of Trevisan.
Cecchinato, never.
Yeah, exactly. We know why, don't we?
Never.
Wow. That's the first bold statement we've probably heard from Mario on this channel. Or maybe I've just not been there for the others. But Zverev just held for 5-all, by the way, to my deep disappointment.
Did he say breakpoint?
No, he was left 30 down.
No. So no, he didn't.
No.
Okay.
Eubanks probably let him off the hook, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Cecchinato refused to have an interview with me, so I'm not forgiving him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really? This is where
Yeah.
it's. Okay. I actually watched him.
Yeah, it's deeper than just the French Open 2018 scare. So.
Right.
I saw him at the Challenger in the beginning start of the year. He lost, the first round, I think. But the one in Bangkok.
Overall, he's not that kind of player. I really enjoy his attitude on the court. I don't know. I mean, I have my reasons, but we don't have to comment on that right now.
Yeah, we can probably have another.
Here
the
the momentum has kind of shift completely because we are watching something similar about what happened in the first set, but it's totally the opposite. Cerundolo is very focused, solid, playing very deep, and Khachanov's not been able right now to stay in the rally even. So ace here, Forilov.
Another ace. Yeah, well, it's big turnaround, and I've not got the sound on here, but I'm assuming the crowd are making big noise here, so Kachanov's probably feeling the pressure.
I mean, to answer the question about this momentum shifts, first of all, I will say that it's been very, very important, for Serundolo to stay into the second set where things could have been, tough after, losing the first set in that way. And then, maybe the rain has also, broke a little bit of Kachanov's rhythm, but also, he settled down. Maybe also the wind seemed to have, he's still present, but maybe it's not that a big factor anymore. He was really struggling with the wind at the beginning of the match. That's a volley mistake, so 40-30 from Forilov.
Could get sticky here. I mean, Eubanks double faulted twice for the second time in the match. It's 30-15.
Let's see if Serundolo has a game point here.
I don't know what Zverev is bellowing about. He's just pointing to the sky and just screaming. And it's on mute, so I don't know what. But then again, does Zverev need a reason to whine?
Oh, the net.
Ooh.
The net's been a bit unlucky here, so deuce. This game is open. Again, let's see if Kachanov is able to have a break point.
Eubanks holds for 6-5.
Okay, so he's at least sure to go to a tiebreak.
Yeah. I mean, he's been 2 points away from the set on 2 occasions. I think if this set is more important for him than it is for Zverev.
Advantage Serundolo here. Wow, they are hitting. They are hitting now. Very good. Was very good from Kachanov here. Yeah, let me try to find.
Yeah, Zverev's.
The
Are
stat
we
I
into-
wanted to find.
Okay.
Wow. Another long rally.
Mhm. Oh,
Oh, and the forehand into the net after an exhausting rally. So break point for Khachanov, and it is the first one since the first set. So
when it's
Oh.
got into those long rallies, it feels like it's Cerundolo that's breaking down. So let's see if he can hold on though. I've got Zverev up now as well.
Yeah, he's 30 love 5-6.
Oh,
and
it's
Kachanov
gone.
gets the break. So 1 game all. We have
Oh,
another little bit of shift here, and this is turning interesting.
Oh, return just long from Eubanks.
I think it was in.
He looked upset though, so I think it maybe
Oh
just.
no, it was in.
Oh, it was in. Okay.
Yeah. $30-15. Serves long from Zverev.
Oh, a lucky net. That was super lucky from Kachanov here.
Oh, this is Ghost Seeker. Oh, right. Yeah, Eubanks. A lot of these errors could prove expensive, because like very unforced. He had the right tactic, but yeah, went wide in the slice. So it's 40-15.
Oh, drop shot is very good here. 15 all right now. I don't know. Feels like everything can happen right now. It's a bit difficult to read this moment because Kachanov, very important for him to break back, but Serundolo still, he's still in the rhythm in my opinion. So it's difficult.
Yeah.
Now the level is way higher for sure.
Okay, so we're into the tiebreak between Zverev and Eubanks. Eubanks to serve first. And he wins that one.
That's been a bit unlucky, this forehand. It was a good change of direction, but was just a little bit wide. What's happening in the tiebreak?
Zverev is serving, first serve or second serve, and Eubanks fails to return that. So it's 1-0.
Do you have multiple screens on?
Yes.
Okay, because because I heard you are commenting of both matches. No, I only have the same match I'm sticking on since the very beginning. I have to say that I'm not the kind of person who does a lot of switches between matches. Usually if I choose one, I try to stick with it.
Yeah, it's too hard to follow the different matches. Yeah, I prefer to
Yeah,
stick
because
on
then I
one.
feel like, I'm watching a lot of stuff, but without really, understanding anything, basically,
Yeah,
Maybe I may turn for a tiebreak. Yeah, that can happen, of course, but
yeah. That's why I switched
I
over. It's a
wanted
tiebreak.
Tommy Paul to win Miami. Ghosty, let's talk. I wanted it too. We have something in common.
Tommy is playing, or no, he lost, right? Was it?
Tommy had to retire against Dam in the second round.
Ah, right.
There was that awful injury.
Yeah,
Seems to be, a bit less serious than it was. It seemed to be. But yeah, it was bad.
But he's just pulled out of Houston. But I guess maybe they're not that surprising.
Yeah, I mean, that's for sure.
So Zverev just losing. Was it a mini break that he had there and he just lost it?
How strong is the wind inside the stadium? Maybe it's, they're talking about Zverev Eubanks, that court. Oh, it's raining. No.
Again?
Yeah. There is, kind of a bit of
my
an
God.
heavy shower.
Zverev and Eubanks are just going to play on.
Yeah, looks like they're playing on for now. Yeah, Zverev had a mini break, if I'm not mistaken. Now it's back to 3-all, and it's 4-3 for Zverev now.
So
Oh, Bernard is getting off his chair again.
So is Cerundolo going on another streak after the race?
Oh no, they're stopping.
Oh god.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, here looks, impossible to play right now.
Cerundolo, yeah. Coming at good time for him.
I mean, he lost the last couple of games, but it really wasn't him. So in the match, so I don't know if it's really good. For the match, it's bad in my opinion because the quality got way higher lately. Both had started to play well in the last in this deciding set. So yeah, for the match is a bad thing. Waterproof courts. Oh my god.
Isn't that clay? Yeah.
Waterproof? I don't know. That is so interesting. Waterproof shoes, maybe? I don't know. Waterproof tennis shoes?
I think that's what the
or
roof's
maybe
for.
fins. Yeah, maybe the players could use fins for when the court's like flooded.
Okay, now they are trying to dry the courts with towels.
Towel again.
Have they stopped in the tiebreak?
Yeah, it's 4-3 Zverev, and the players are just waiting, and Bernardes has that walkie-talkie in his hand. This decision hasn't been made yet.
I mean, the rain has been. There's been more rain this year than usual, right? I don't remember it being like.
I think there was some rain last year too, but not to the extent of having an entire day's play being washed out. I may be wrong. I don't remember this, but Medvedev. That's a nice one. Yeah, players are still waiting around. So, oh, FA was a literal dead fish.
I'll use this opportunity to take a break.
Uh,
Right.
it's bad when it rains. I hate it. But looks like we are going to be able to start again soon.
Well, the rain has lasted in this tournament longer than Runa and Zverev have. Sorry, Rublev have officially. I think. Um, yeah, well, it looks like players might be leaving. Yeah, some members of the
Are
audience
they
are
leaving?
leaving.
Because here they are staying.
Well, there's some people in the
Cerundolo is
crowd
Cerundolo is
getting up
going to
and.
serve
Oh, okay.
here. Maybe a tough game for him because, you know, serving right here now. 6 minutes since last point. You know, such an important moment. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, they're drying the courts again with the towel.
Yeah, here we are back.
Good. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like players are getting ready again.
And this is an intense rally.
Yeah.
And
Serundolo wins it.
Yep.
Are they about to start again in the stadium?
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
Yeah, no warm up. They're just gonna go straight.
Another drop shot. You were right about the drop shot. Yeah, I mean, I saw it a few times, of course, but you know, he's getting a lot of points today with it. Even, you know, well played tactically, I would say also, because even, for example, this one, it was not really, you know, the most beautiful drop shot, but it didn't need it to be because, you know, Kachanov was out of reach. And for a love, if he holds here, can be a big one, because I thought maybe after the big delay, it could have been tough to start serving. This is out, this forehand.
He drags that one wide, but
Still 2 game points.
Eubanks just won a rather lengthy rally for this match's standards, and it's 4-0.
Yeah, here the standard is like 20 rallies.
That's the average. Yeah, the
20 short
delta is
rallies.
big.
2 games all. Serundolo holds easily.
Oh, Eubanks goes long with the forehand.
Oh,
Zverev is 5-4 on a serve. Just 2 serves away, really, from taking this first
Yeah,
set.
I'm bringing you this stat about Serundolo. Last year, he won 14 matches after dropping the opening set. And it was the most in a single season in these 2020s by any player.
wow.
Djokovic had 13 in 2021.
I mean,
So yeah, for sure he's gonna fight. Let's say like this.
is he? I mean, he did start slowly today. Today was like the first set was over very quickly, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, meanwhile, the other court is in a bigger situation right now, 6-4, as I see.
Yeah.
You know, I
6-4
have just the scoreline, so You may
Yeah,
not
you
hold.
may. Yeah. So it's 6-4 for Zverev. He has 2 set points. One of them on the serve.
Yeah, set point to Zverev.
Yeah, tell me what's happening.
Serve up the tee. Backhand slice return from Eubanks dumped into the net. Zverev takes the first set.
Mm.
Okay, so 7-6, 7-4 in the tiebreak.
Yeah. And that
Here,
may
after
be
an
decisive,
yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it can be like that.
I did say
Here, after a comfortable hold from Cerundolo, it's maybe another one for Khachanov also. Let's see. He has 2 game points.
All right, I think I'll be taking my leave. It was a pleasure joining both of you and, of course, John on the stream. See you guys soon.
all right.
Yeah, bye-bye. Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah.
Take
Thank you for
care.
having been here.
See
See you
you
later.
Bye. Take care. Bye.
Yeah, 40-30 here. Serundolo wins 2 straight points. So the match right now is really tense.
Yeah, it's a contest, and it's not clear that anyone's.
Yeah, we also have a WTA match going on. Putintseva Kalinina. Putintseva is up 4-1. Very good angle, but Serundolo is defending very well also.
Wow, yeah.
And
Oh.
Kachanov misses the forehand. And
Wow,
views
yeah.
from 40 love.
Really good
And
defense by
here,
Serundolo.
yeah, Serundolo defended the court incredibly well because Kachanov at some point hit a very, very good cross court with a forehand. It was difficult to to stay in the rally, to put all the defensive shot on the court, and then in the end, Kachanov forehand broke down, and now second serve.
Oh.
He didn't read the bounce here.
Mm.
Another chance for Kachanov to hold. But this has really got tight right now. Every game there's the feeling that something can happen. Let's see if this is going to be a good one for Kachanov. Oh, net. It was a good first serve. And yeah, a big serve. Kachanov holds. So 3-2. Do you see Eubanks maybe taking the second set, or do you think the tiebreak has decided more or less which is the direction this match is going to follow?
I think Zverev will get it done in 2 now, but that's. I mean, I've only started watching from the tiebreak, but feels like.
Yeah, for sure. When he got the break, he had the chance to serve out the set. Would have been for sure. Would have been huge.
You're only going to get so many chances, and let's see, because I don't know though, because Eubanks is at home, so he's probably going to just take even more risks now. But let's see.
Yeah, I struggle to see to see it in a different way. Yeah, right now.
As I said, I had like on the bracket, I think I put Zverev getting to the final. So
Which border is this? 5-3. Okay, I know it. 5 is Brazil, 3 is
Brazil.
Argentina, and 0 should be Brazil. Argentina should be Chile. I don't know. No, because
where's this
what
coming
can it
from?
be? Colombia. I don't know. Oh my god, I don't know. I'm missing that country.
Eddie,
Which is
any
the country
ideas?
I am?
Wait, so Brazil, Argentina, and
I got it. Listen, I don't want to boast. But I got it immediately.
Yeah, but I mean, I should have had it, but I don't know why I'm
Shall I
totally
reveal?
missing.
Shall I reveal?
Sure.
Yeah, go.
Paraguay.
Paraguay. Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
been to this border, or very close to it. I've been to the Foz de Iguaçu. It's these big waterfalls that's on the border of
Yeah.
Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay. Anyway, back to the tennis.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine because the tennis here, at least this match I'm following, it's very, very tense actually. Or I don't know if maybe it's me living it in this way, but you know.
I can feel it from the players as well, I think.
Yeah, but also because every point is very hard fought, and so it's
yeah.
It's really difficult. Right now, Serundolo is 30 love up in this 6th game, while Eubanks looks in a bit of trouble there. I don't know if you're still on the double screen.
No, I'm gonna just concentrate
okay.
on the
Khachanov
match because
no, because I have not the chance to put the second screen, so that's also why I'm not having it. But yeah, basically, Zverev is into the Eubank service game. That's it. And he holds to love. 3 games all. Let's see who's gonna have a break point first, if someone is going to have a break point. But should be the case. I mean, it's not that kind of match you are really seeing them just flying straight to the tiebreak. But let's see, maybe it can happen.
we're at 2 hours 12 minutes the match time. So
yeah, there's been a little bit of delay. 18 minutes haven't been really played. I don't think that the clock has stopped during those 18 minutes because the player never left the court. So I don't know.
And the first set went rather quickly.
A good kick serve here for Kachanov, 30 love. These couple of games are going fast since the past changeover. Zverev broke.
Yeah, you'd think that's maybe game over, but let's see, it's early on. But
yeah, I mean, we were saying that it was difficult to imagine something different after the tiebreak, and right now it's even more difficult. So.
I did say before the match, I don't know if you remember, it might go to a tiebreak in the first set, but it's probably going to finish 2 sets to Zverev. But it's just
good point played by Cerundolo, but Kachanov has other 2 chances to hold here.
Yeah, 40-15 to Khachanov.
Mhm. Second serve. Maybe we should get into the rally. Kachanov had find a good angle with the previous forehand, but missed this one, which is a pretty bad mistake. He can maybe regret it. Let's see. He has another chance here.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel, yeah, Cerundolo, if he was to break here, I feel like, well, if either of them were to break soon, you'd imagine they might go on and take the match. I don't think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for sure we are right now in a moment where there's not a lot of space to come back and to react.
This would be
Kachanov is trying to attack here. Very good. So 4-3.
Very good.
4 games to 3.
Your stream's slightly ahead of mine, so.
Okay, I didn't know it. I thought I had the feeling that we were similar because
yeah, similar.
I don't
Yeah.
know,
I think
okay,
earlier on it was almost the same, but
I will just wait a couple of seconds.
You're like 1 or 2 shots ahead, or yeah, maybe one shot.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, Zverev held again. Seems very close to winning. Let's see the schedule. What's going to happen? There's Keys Rybakina up next on the stadium after Zverev and Eubanks. Here, after this one, we're going to have Deminor and Struff. Then Korda and Hurkacz, Dimitrov, Hanfman, Navarro, Pegula. So this is a very interesting court, actually.
Yeah, because most of the seeds getting through, and then some good matchups. What do you think about Pegula's chances here? Because she's.
Oh my God, I think we can agree that maybe it's actually Navarro the favorite here on paper for the way they are both, playing. Even if Pegula did quite well in this couple of matches, but, showed us some improvements in this couple of matches won in Miami this week. But she had a rough start of the season, while Navarro. She has been playing very, very well, won already 20 matches in 2024. So maybe Navarro, starts as the slight favorite here even. But I still feel it will be a very close one. These girls are both, big fighters. I actually think we can see a matchup, with a lot of good rallies because both have this kind of controlled aggression from the baseline, both Pegula and Navarro. So it can be enjoyable, in my opinion. But maybe I would say that this is going to be, let's say Pegula's revenge, not because she lost against Navarro, but because, she started the season in kind of a rough way. So I have this feeling that Pegula is going to have a good round here and winning this match.
And you coach, right? So recently, just
they changed. Vit is now the coach of Maria Sakkari, who is actually playing well since Vit has joined the team. Let's hope. Yeah, I mean the tour is very interesting. It's just that I don't know if there are so many matchups at the very, very high level I'm really looking forward to, Maybe, for example, Golf Świątek was a bit more, exciting as a matchup.
Yeah.
Probably would have been, more enjoyable, because I feel like there are a lot of very, very good players. The tour is in a good place right now, but maybe something at the top, some exciting matchups at the top can be even better.
Mm.
And this is a good forehand winner, so 40-15. Sorry, I didn't wait for. I will stop 1 second.
Sorry.
No. As long as the game finished, actually, I will stop 3-4 seconds to try to be,
I actually just looked away from the match there for a second, so it's okay.
Okay, I think I can just say that it's an ace. Nothing really to say. 4
Yeah.
games all.
That was an ace. At least it looks sunny now. It doesn't look like it's going to rain, so.
Okay, I'm not able to. Wow, it's strange. If I stop here, the stream for a few seconds, then I, click on play again, and it brings me again live. I don't know why. Okay. So it's impossible for me to do anything. Okay, I will just wait a couple of,
You on Tennis TV?
Yeah, I'm on Tennis TV here.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have this kind of, let's say, bug. Oh, okay.
Well, it's a point there for Cerundolo. So.
Yeah, love 50. What's happening? I saw the forehand winner.
Yeah, love 15.
Okay. Yeah. No, I thought you were about to say something, and so I stayed silent, and then.
Okay. Oh. And that was a bit of a shank out of the court. So 15-0.
Yeah, right now every game is incredibly important.
Yep.
We are almost at the photo finish. Almost.
Oh.
Good serve.
And...
Yeah, I mean he's hungry, but it wasn't really an enforced there. He was really, really far behind because Kachanov.
Yeah, it was very hard to.
Had a good serve, good first serve, and then just hit a heavy forehand. So. Let's see what can happen here on the second serve.
Another backhand to backhand exchange. A slice. Oh, nice angle. Oh.
That's a long rally.
Yeah, very good rally, but. And it goes long from Khachanov, so 30-all. Serundolo wins a point.
Yeah, let's say that this third set is more or less what we were expecting by the whole match. I mean, at the beginning, the wind was a heavy factor. That has to be said. At the beginning, Cerundolo struggled to settle at the beginning. Then when he found his groove, right now, this is enjoyable, I would say. 30-all, a very big point.
Oh yeah. Cerundolo going back in behind Khachanov with the forehand.
Wow, that's incredible. Very good rally, because at the beginning he defended incredibly well with the backhand.
Yeah.
He hit the ball, when the ball was going higher, and find a very good angle, and then turn the defensive side into an offensive situation. So break
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, he's
and
been
it's a
quite
good one.
impressive on stretching out in the corners defensively, and some of those big points. Oh. But that was an ace, was it? Yeah, an ace for
Yeah.
Kachanov.
Yeah, from our perspective, seemed long, but yeah, it was good. Dios. Not many regrets here for Serundolo. Second serve.
Yeah. Oh. So
Okay, advantage Kachanov. The passing shot has stopped right on the net. By the way, thanks for this great comment. We really appreciate it, and it's really nice when someone says this kind of things. So yeah, it's definitely nice to hear that you are appreciating our comment of this match. Yeah.
Thanks, Ria. That's a hold for Kachanov.
Big hold. Saves a break point with an ace and then holds 5-4, and Serundolo was 1 point away from serving for the match. I mean, he has very few to regret, actually. Kachanov struck an ace, down break point, and played very well after that. And now let's see. So far, Serundolo has held quite comfortably in the past 2-3 service games. Let's see if he does it again.
Yeah, Cerundolo was produced some excellent points there, but still not able to get the break. So yeah, big hole for Kachanov, and he'll have a chance possibly to break and take the set and the match. But it's still very windy.
Yeah. Yeah, we have something flew away from Serundolo. Okay, it was.
But I guess the guys have adjusted because.
Yeah, seems like so. Right now they are playing, I would say, well. In this deciding set, we're watching some good and entertaining rallies.
Yeah, but just hope those clouds.
The umpire
keep moving away.
Yeah, calls the time. So here we are. Very, very important moment for this match. Serundolo, after having a break point in the last game, now he has to serve to stay in it. Who would these guys get next? Likely Zverev. If I'm right. Yeah, I'm just checking. I mean, likely it's Zverev because he is 7-6, 4-2, and 4 love up right now.
That was a nice backhand down the line from Kachanov, with Cerundolo unable to return the forehand, and it goes into the net. So Kachanov gets the point. Love 15. So now second serve for Cerundolo. Oh, that was a bit of a rash Backhand into the net.
30. Khachanov is 2 points away from winning this match. Let's see what happens now.
Wow. Wow. Some big forehands there from Cerundolo.
Wow. He takes some courage to do that in this situation, but hey, you cannot do otherwise. If you want to win big, you have to go big on your shots.
Yeah.
Yeah, me with some life lessons.
Oh, and Cerundolo brings it to 30-all. So, yeah.
Wow, it's very tense. This is a very big point. Let's see what happens. Kachanov is still 2 points away. But also Serundolo is closer to hold.
Oh, and the forehand again. Just unleashing.
Wow, very
inside
big.
in.
He's playing very big right now. After going love 30, a couple of mistakes, and be ready to strike again your shots. Big stuff. Game point here. And Kachanov is not 2 points away anymore.
And that's a hold. Big hold again, this time for Cerundolo.
Yeah, a lot of big holds because actually they've been in troubles. Kachanov conceded a break point. But Serundolo here, without conceding break point, which would be a match point, we're still in trouble. Lot 30, and which was a huge gap, especially in this game because it was an hour never situation. So
yeah,
5 games all.
Tiebreak incoming, maybe. Let's see.
Difficult to say because all the games are quite tight here. So
yeah, getting close to break points. Yeah,
we are close actually to a tiebreak, so it's not impossible.
Oh, yeah.
Lot 15.
So that was the forehand. Backhand long from Khachanov.
Yeah. But since getting to love 30, Cerundolo started striking the ball so well. One moment.
Oh, it's... And the backhand from Kachanov. And he's eventually able to take the point. So Kachanov makes it 15-all. Another tough rally. Although Cerundolo was doing most of the defending there.
Who's your money on right now, Eddie?
Oh. I'm maybe going to pick Kachanov, but it's very tight at the moment. Honestly, it could go either way. But yeah, I'm just, I think if it goes to a tiebreak, I would favor Kachanov in that situation.
Yeah. I feel like Cerundolo's had a bad
Okay.
loss.
Sorry, I know I
No
I
worries,
haven't
no.
said anything.
I
But
feel like Cerundolo had a really, really close loss recently. Maybe in
Shelton
Indian
in
Wells.
Indian Wells.
Who did he lose to? Oh, Shelton. Yes.
It was a
Yeah.
deciding set tiebreak.
That's right.
Mm.
He looks angry there.
I mean, in general, though, whatever happens today, this is a step forward for Francisco compared to, say, where we were during the Golden Swing, where, you know, I remember seeing the tweet where him and Runa were basically hugging
Oh,
each
yeah.
other because they were both in a bad way.
Yeah, for sure.
His loss to Baez, it was the semi-final, but it was quite an ugly loss, I think, for Francisco. The second set was, I think it might have been 6-love, the second set. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to remember.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And it was uncomfortable. I don't think once it was like 2 or 3-love, I don't know if Francisco was really, if his mind was there.
It's Putin Seva just taking the first set 6-4 against Kalinina.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe you are not feeling your game very well. Then maybe you are an Argentinian player, and I don't know. Maybe during that golden swing, you put yourself too much pressure also. So you know you're already not feeling great, and that maybe doesn't help you also to try to find yourself again. Maybe going here in the States, playing in this tournament where he also usually plays well in this couple of tournaments in the Wells, Miami especially. So maybe he also I don't know, finds back some confidence because he likes the conditions here, and I don't know. It helps you to play better tennis maybe. And let's see. Here he has to serve again to stay in the match.
So was that a let or is it second serve?
A let, I think.
Let, yeah. Okay, so 15-love to Serundolo.
Zverev is serving for the match, and Eubanks has a break point.
Wow. Oh. Forehand just wide from Cerundolo, so it's 50 all. Zverev, I wonder what's going on there.
Yeah, deuce is hitting the break point.
Oh, just wide on the backhand cross court from Cerundolo.
Yeah, so basically, as in the 4-5 game, Kachanov is 2 points away from it. Let's see if this time Serundolo will produce the good tennis he produced to save himself in the past situation.
Good serve. Oh. Forehand into the net, so...
Match point. Match point, Khachanov. We have 2 match points. Second serve. We are into the rally.
Oh. And Cerundolo holds on.
Very good point here. 30-40. There's still a match point. Maybe he would like to strike at first serve. Without maybe.
Huge point here. Second match point for Kachanov. But a match point that will take it
Second
to juice.
serve once again.
Oh. Khachanov going big on the return, but knocking it well wide.
I know the mistake looks bad, but I actually tend to agree with going for it. You have a second serve. It's just, in my opinion, it's not wrong, the choice. In my opinion, it's just that you have to do a bit better. There is also the way of thinking, like let him play, but still I like if you have a chance,
And a
you
nice
try serve and
one.
forehand.
Yeah.
Advantage Serundolo. Yeah, I mean, it's also wise maybe to just don't risk that much and make your opponent play. You don't know, a mistake can happen, or maybe you got a campable shot again to attack. But yeah, the second serve was attackable, so it wasn't really, a mad choice.
And yeah, Cerundolo just dragging that forehand
mistake.
wide. He's
Use
done that a
once
few
again.
times in this game. Just dragging that.
Yeah, let's say that
slightly.
this is more or less like as bad as the return that Kachanov missed.
It's a good first serve. And finished off by Cerundolo.
Okay, another game point. Zverev has match point here.
Oh. So Zverev, who would you rather play out of these two?
And one 7-6, 6-3. Zverev is into the round 4. Ace here. So into a tiebreak we go.
Yeah. Are you picking anyone?
Oh my god. Well, he saved 2 match points. I'm going with Serundolo.
You're going Serundolo. Okay, I'm sticking with Kachanov.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like in some, well, I mean, they both had pretty good moments, but perhaps Serundolo's had maybe some of the more spectacular points won in this set. But I think, yeah, maybe Kachanov just been a bit more solid. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, Kachanov starts better.
Oh. And the short ball.
Yeah, this low ball put Serundolo into trouble.
Oh. Head in her hands there, that fan. Must be a Cerundolo fan.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh.
That's
No,
a good
that was
return.
a tasty
and amazing drop shot. 3-1.
drop shot. drop shot winner 6
Yeah.
to 0.
For one, he really needs to hold here these 2 points.
Yeah.
He got a mini break back, but he needs to build on this now.
Wow.
Yeah, very good return. And then great forehand hit from Khachanov 5-1. He's looking in charge of this tiebreak.
This is, yeah, I mean, absolutely has to hold now.
Yeah, I mean, of course. There's no other chance.
And Cerundolo holds on.
5-2.
Yeah.
Let's see if Kachanov is able to serve it out. A bit of tension.
Wow. Good return. Oh. And the big
5-3.
forehands again from Cerundolo.
5-3.
Gets him 1 mini break back.
By the way, I hate this graphic.
Which
The score for the tie breaks.
Oh.
I hate it. I don't find any sense, honestly.
Yeah, it doesn't really add anything.
No.
I think it's.
But even
useless.
because, you know, it's not the full tie break also. So
Yeah.
we just, you know, see the last point, who won the last, you know, the previous points. But a mistake. 6-3, match point. The third.
Yeah, and Kachanov has 3 match points here, so but Cerundolo to serve to save the first one.
And he does it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
6-4. Fourth match point for Kachanov. This time it's a second serve.
Well,
not a good return. 6-5, fifth match point. But the first one on serve.
Yeah, pressure on now for Kachanov to serve it out.
Yeah, for sure, because then would be pretty rough. 5-match point, Yeah, I don't find any sense,
Yeah, I think it was it Indian Wells that the dot started, or was it earlier?
Yeah, Indian Wells.
Yeah.
I think, at least.
And it goes long and
Yeah, Kachanov wins 7-5 in the deciding set tiebreak. And he's into the round 4. Big scream for him. It's been a very close one.
yeah.
And yeah, I would say an enjoyable match in the end, because it started a little bit, so, but yeah, in the end, especially the final set has been very, very, very enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everything changed, Mario, when Cerundolo got those 2 breaks of serve back to back, one to snatch the second set 7-5, and the other one at the beginning, of course, at the third set, and you thought, oh, here we go. But Khachanov got the break back immediately, and I guess that was the crucial part of the match in the end, I guess, Mario.
Yeah, of course, but also Cerundolo has also had a break point when we were 4 games all, so he could have served for the match. Not a big chance because Kachanov, saved the break point with an ace, but potentially Serundolo was one point away from actually going to serve for it. And yeah, then good job to stay in the tiebreak despite the early disadvantage, but good job for Kachanov. He's into round 4 against Zverev. Zverev should be the favorite, maybe, but I think Kachanov can have a chance.
Yeah, Serundolo with more winners there, 36 winners to Kachanov's 20. I guess that's not too big a surprise, but both of them.
Because the unforced error number. Yeah, it's the difference between these two players. Kachanov is, is more that kind of solid baseliner. Serundolo try maybe to go for it a little bit more. We've seen it especially in the end, when he found himself in trouble. He tried that way to. Yeah, that's it. Kachanov is into the round 4.
Yeah, 53 unforced errors from Serundolo. I mean, of course, important to remember that 3 sets and 2 of them were very lengthy, if you like, in terms of games. So that can add to that. Serundolo forehand. I mean, at times I heard you in the commentary. I was watching Medvedev against Eubanks, but I was hearing you both sort of getting very excited about some big forehands from Serundolo. But also, I think there was a couple of points, certainly the match point at the end where Khachanov won it, was because Serundolo went long on the forehand. So was it a bit hit and miss, or am I just am I getting that wrong, Mario?
No, it's more or less right. He for sure took the most risks here between the two players. He tried to go for it with that shot, which is also his most powerful and big shot. And yeah, something was great, but also missed some other shots here and there. And yeah, in the end, Kachanov has been a bit more stable in the crucial moment, and so yeah, deserved this win. But we can also say that Cerundolo, after tough golden swing, leaves the Sunshine Double, in my opinion, with better feelings. Now he gets to the European clay. Can do well also there if he's able to find his game. He can for sure have good results if he plays like he did in Miami, for example.
Yeah, I feel quite optimistic now, having seen some of those performances at the beginning of the year from Francisco, and I think he was very low on confidence,
Mhm.
and of course Argentina, his home tournament, not doing as well as I'm sure he would have liked, and then coming into this Sunshine Double, but I think he can hold his head high. I mean, those two matches, I wonder if he goes into that tie break when it was getting tight as well. And thinking back to the Shelton match, I remember watching the Shelton match and it was equal, which is incredible because Shelton on a hard court is top 7, top 8 in the last 12 months, probably, in my opinion. And
Mhm.
Cerundolo was with him, until that tie break. And again, we saw today that tie break pretty much very quickly. Khachanov got an early advantage and never let it go. Eddie, before I let you go, because I know it's very, very late and we are going to bring the stream to an end, but very late for you anyway in Seoul. But Khachanov is now going to play Zverev, is that right?
Yes. So
I mean, does Khachanov have a chance?
I think he has a chance. But I still favour Zverev in this match. I think that Zverev is overall playing pretty well at the moment, and
yeah,
I just think that the conditions as well. It's going to be. I think it's pretty good for him, and I don't know if I mean, Kachanov was solid today, but I don't know if it's necessarily the level that he's going to have to step up a bit if he plays Zverev in the next round. Well, he will play Zverev, so yeah, I don't know. I think if I'm going to predict, I think that Zverev could actually win it in straight sets, but that's what I'm going with. So yeah,
it's very dark where I am. Oh, there we go. Got a bit of light there. Suddenly, my face goes from dark to light. What do you think, Mario?
Probably just in terms of let's say that maybe a player who tends to go for it a bit more like Cerundolo can be maybe even a bit tougher for Zverev, because Zverev can find himself a bit uncomfortable in some situation. Maybe Kachanov, if plays more of a similar game to what Zverev likes to play. For example, these backhand exchanges they're going to have, Zverev can find himself very well. But at the same point, Kachanov is also that kind of player who tends to bring always at least a decent level to the match. So if you, for example, we saw today, I know that Zverev is a different player, but if you start a bit off, for example, if you don't find very comfortable, then it may be very, very tough, because Kachanov is difficult to to beat him in this, let's say, normal rhythm baseline rallies, because he is very solid both swings, and it's difficult to throw him away off the court.
Yeah, Eddie, you got something to add, or?
Yeah, actually, it's actually been quite a while since they played. The last time they played was at the Tokyo Olympics.
Oh, wow. Okay. And
Zverev
won that one, of course.
Won that. There's a final, yeah. So, So, what's the head-to-head? It's 3-2. That Zverev leads it. Yeah.
I mean, that is kind of surprising they haven't played for a long time, because they've both gone deep in a lot of tournaments. But I think their injuries have kind of been at different times. So you had Zverev obviously off the tour for about 8-9 months for a while. And then when he comes back, Khachanov is injured. So I guess that might have played a role. One thing I will say about Zverev in the last, what it feels like, I feel like Zverev probably post-French Open last year, I think, is getting pretty much at the same level that we saw him at. Because I know he got to the French Open semi-final, but I think maybe a kind draw. And I didn't quite feel as though until then that Zverev was quite back to his best. But I think since the French Open and certainly since the grass court season, I felt as though, he picked up a title in Asia, I think. Was it in Tokyo, maybe?
No, it was Chengdu, I think.
Chengdu, okay. And then because I was just trying to think, I haven't really seen or felt many bad losses for Zverev, as in like oh, he shouldn't be losing to him. I know he lost to Safiullin just after that, but
It can
Safiullin
happen.
was playing great, and that can happen.
Yeah, in that moment, yeah.
And Safiullin was playing, and it was like I think 48 hours after he won. Did he beat Safiullin and then lose to him as well? I think in quick succession.
He beat Safiullin in the final.
Yeah.
To win the title in Chengdu, and then lost to Safiullin in Shanghai in the Masters.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's to come.
Yeah, but I agree. Of course, there can be, of course, a tournament where you don't find yourself well and you lose.
He's had a couple of losses to Jordan Thompson as well recently.
Oh,
so.
Okay. But Thompson's star is rising. But yeah, those are not maybe those ones I had forgotten about. But yeah,
I mean, overall, he showed up well, I would say, also in the big tournaments, because there has been good run at the US Open, at the Australian Open.
Yeah.
So he was actually very close to making to the final this year at the Australian Open. So
yeah, I think he's a very good player, right? And I feel like he steps up in these big tournaments, and I feel when he was playing at his best before he got his injury, he was in that zone where you expected him to do well in all these big tournaments. I think he's maybe starting to get back there again, even if he's not quite at that level again, like you said. So that's kind of why I feel like he's probably going to get the win against Khachanov. But yeah, of course, Khachanov had some success against him, so it's not necessarily going to be easy. But yeah,
not a done deal. All right, Eddie, it's super late where you are, I know.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining today. Mario as well, as always. Wonderful commentary from you both, and Srihui too. And look forward to seeing you again soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And to everyone else, you know the drill.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
Yannick, thank you. Congratulations. This afternoon, did you play the match of your life? And what did it feel like playing that match?
Match of my life, I don't know, but it's for sure very, very important. You know, as I say, it helps a lot the last competition that is a team competition, and because you get a lot of energy from your teammates, from the whole team, and then the crowd is different. And I really enjoyed playing today. It was a great match. I started off really well, and obviously in the second set he raised his level, and the third set I just tried to hold my service games and waiting for a good opportunity, which arrived on 5-all, and I took it. And obviously it was a very crucial match for the whole team, and at the end of the match I was really happy for the team to be at least able to play a deciding doubles, and you know, we played really good, and I think it was a really positive day today.
Yannick, I just wanted to ask you about the 3 match points that you saved at 4-5 in the third set in the singles. Can you just talk us through what was going through your head? How did you remain calm in those moments, and what were you trying to do in each of those points?
I know that it was a really important, obviously, important game. We changed not for so long for new balls, so I knew if I'm gonna serve well that maybe I have some free points. But I had to stay in the present moment. It was love 40, and he missed a quite easy backhand, which gave me a little bit of confidence and belief. And then after I served twice, really good. And nothing, you know, after this kind of games, your energy level and mental level, it's racing, and I think this helped me today.
Yannick, over here. I'm not sure anyone else can maybe say they've beaten Novak Djokovic twice in one afternoon. What does that achievement mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. Obviously, before the match, we were talking that it was a really important test today. You know, trying to understand what to expect before the match, and then I think we made a good tactical moment also before the match, and obviously playing it is a little bit different, but I think I have to be really proud about how I handled the situation. And as I said, I'm just very happy for all of us, for the team, and tomorrow we have a great opportunity. We know this, but in the other way, we will try to stay as relaxed as possible. You know, keeping the smile in our head, which is important also, and then also to be happy to be here. No, it's not so many. For me, it's the first time that we can play a final in Davis Cup, which it means a lot for us.
One last question in English.
Yannick, just looking forward to the final, and to the other guys, please, as well. Apparently, the Australian team that you're facing in the final, you'll be playing de Minaur, presumably, in the second match, and you've got this extraordinary hold over him. I think he's only going to take 1 set off you. How much of an advantage do you think that is for you, and what confidence does that give you?
Well, we don't know who is going to play.
Se ti faccio giocare.
Yeah, we have to decide. We have to. You know, I have a lot of hours in my leg. This I know. If I play against him, it's gonna be different. You know, finals, as I said, it's always different. But let's see. It's his decision. He's the captain of the team, and so he can answer you that.
What do you say?
Thanks, Yannick. No, obviously it's our point of power. Yannick give us a lot of energy, give us a lot of confidence in ourselves. Obviously, he's a great player, but he's not only a great player. So he's a great person. That's what I like. So, yeah, he's probably in the first position to play tomorrow.
What do you think of the Australian team?
strong, different. Different from Serbians. Maybe more, maybe closer than Netherlands as singles and doubles. But still, we have to take care of us, thinking about tomorrow, enjoying today, but focus for tomorrow. So head to tomorrow.
We switch into Italian, per favore, domande in Italiano.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.